Coming up today on Delmarva Life, I'm going to be making a pumpkin gnocchi. Is that right? Today on Delmarva Life, I'm going to be making a pumpkin gnocchi. Is that right? Coming up today on Delmarva Life, I'm going to be making a warm blanket of pumpkin potato pasta. It's showtime. When the leaves start changing color, you can't escape the hold that pumpkin has on our kitchens.
That's right, pumpkin pie, pumpkin muffins, pumpkin bread, all kinds of pumpkin sweets. And Leah, you're gonna show us how to pump pumpkin into a main course.
Yes. So I think typically when we think of pumpkin, you know, you get the sweet dishes, the desserts, you know, it's always a lot of like the sweeter spices that go into like our Thanksgiving stuff, you know, the pumpkin spice. But what I'm working with is more of a savory dish here.
Ooh, I'll take savory.
Yeah, so if you like the pumpkin soups and like sort of the autumn squash vibe.
Yeah, totally.
That's what this is gonna give you, because we are gonna make, and there's a little bit debate here.
Yes, we've all been talking about it.
As to how we properly say this, but pumpkin gnocchi.
Gnocchi, yes.
I've also heard gnocchi. That's how I had been saying it. And then Sarah from 102.5 WBOC was like, it's gnocchi. And I was like, oh, the more you gnocchi.
Well, and when you were saying gnocchi, I was like, have I been saying it wrong?
No, I think it's me. But yeah, so that's the back and forth. I'm sure there's just some linguistics. We love them.
Yeah.
So we're going to go ahead and get the water started, because the boiling water probably actually takes the longest when it comes to making this dish. So we start off with a little bit of olive oil in the pan. That way we can get our garlic and our chopped shallots going, if you want to hand those to me.
Yeah, here we go. How much? Just a little bit of garlic?
You know, I'm not really a measurer.
I love it.
You'll learn this about me. So I tend to throw in, you know, like a little spoonful of garlic.
Honestly, it makes me trust you. Though. I'm like, oh, she knows what she's doing.
Right? I like to say I'm just, you know, the spirits of my ancestors.
Right.
And the shallots as well.
Here.
Yeah. So.
Now, when you say shallot, what do you mean by that?
It's not an onion. I believe it's onion adjacent.
Gotcha. And at this point, it's already going to start smelling good, so I'm going to trust whatever you're making is going to be delicious.
You get the aromatics going.
Exactly.
And that's when you know it's going to be good, so I'll even turn that up a little bit. And then next, we'll go in and we'll add our butter. So this is sort of like a heavy, creamy based dish, all the comfort foods that you love about fall. That's what goes into this. So
yeah, you come in from a cold day, you have a little pumpkin gnocchi or gnocchi, whatever way you want to go.
And even the gnocchi itself it's a potato-based pasta, so it's really pillowy, it's really just soft. It's like just being wrapped in a nice blanket, and so we love that.
You know, I didn't really know much about gnocchi until my sister's rehearsal dinner for her wedding.
Yes.
They served it, and my entire family fell madly in love. It was insanely good.
It's so good.
Yeah.
All right, so go ahead and pass me the butter.
Okay.
This is 2 tablespoons of butter.
You got another couple spices on that too.
There's some more spices in there, but they'll come in a little bit later.
Yeah. All right, cool.
And that's just a mixture of sage and pepper. So we'll let the butter melt.
Now, you enjoy cooking?
I do actually. I do. Sometimes after a long day, you just don't really feel it. And that's where, you know, we love the crock pot meals. So I'll work on some of those for you.
Yeah, can't wait.
But I'm a better cook than I am a baker.
Really?
Because I don't measure.
Right.
Baking is all the science. That's where 1 cup specifically, it says 1 cup for a reason. Cooking, I'm like, that's more of a suggestion, isn't it?
Yeah, with sugar you can't just be like, salt.
And you know, teaspoons and tablespoons. I'll read it one way in the recipe 80 million times. I dump it, then I look back and I'm like, it was teaspoons.
I know, that B can just get in there. TSP, TBSP, it's quick.
And you can't take it back.
No,
so it's like, well, this is what we're doing now.
Yeah.
All right, so in the bigger glass bowl there is...
This here?
Yes, that is a half a cup of cream.
Okay.
So we're gonna add that. That is heavy cream.
Yeah, nice.
What I also like about this recipe is that you can swap out a lot of the ingredients if you love dairy, but dairy doesn't love you back.
Love that.
We all know somebody that dairy does not love back. And you can swap out the heavy cream for like a cashew milk. And you can even ditch the cheese or replace it with a dairy-free cheese, and it works just fine. I've made that as well.
Because cashew milk is, I never knew this, it is quite creamy actually.
It is, yes. When you need a creamier substitute for things, coconut milk and cashew milk are both pretty good substitutes. I find that for like a heartier meal, cashew milk is better because it doesn't have that same taste. For coconut milk, I think sometimes the coconut flavor can offset stuff. So I would recommend cashew milk for something like this. But we'll let the sauce keep going.
Yeah.
And we'll start cooking the pasta here in a minute as well.
All right. Oh, the boiling bubbles, and I am fired up for this gnocchi floating right up to the top.
Yes. So when the gnocchi floats, that's how you know it's done. That's how you know it's ready. And it starts doing so pretty quickly. It's one of the faster cooking pastas, I would say.
Yeah, that's quick.
So go ahead and hand me the pumpkin first.
Okay, so you drained that.
Yes, we've drained the pasta, but I've actually left a little bit of the pasta water in there because when it comes to making like a thicker pasta sauce, a little bit of the pasta water, because it gets starchy, that's where it's at.
Yeah.
All right, and last, you can go ahead and hand me that cheese. That's about a cup of Parmesan cheese.
Parmesan, I like it.
I love to see it.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong when you add cheese to pretty much anything.
Yeah, and again, for the dairy-free folks, can you just do dairy-free cheese? Or?
Yeah. You could use a dairy-free cheese. You can even really forego the cheese because it's got that creamy, thick consistency, and gnocchi itself is also pretty starchy. So you can really let that do the work as far as making it a thicker pasta sauce without the dairy.
All right. Look at the fam coming together.
Yes, it's all coming together. So the last thing we need is that little jar of seasonings.
Yeah, what do we got in here?
We got some pepper and we've got some sage.
Ooh.
Yes, sage.
What kind of flavor does I feel like I've heard of sage, I know it is, but what kind of flavor is it gonna give?
It's kind of hard to describe, I guess, but it's an herby flavor. It's, I think, a little bit more present than thyme would be, but and oregano, it's like a little, I guess almost like smokier is how I would explain that.
Okay.
But yeah, so.
Cool.
All right, you ready to try some?
Yeah, I am so ready.
All
Okay.
right. Grab a bowl.
Yeah, here we go.
Whatever you like. Here, go ahead and set that down so I
set
don't
it down,
spill
yeah.
any on you.
I have a way of,
I don't want to give Katie any burns here.
I have an amazing way of trying to get food for myself in the messiest way possible. My husband teases me all the time.
Well, I'm not doing a whole lot better. Like I said, I just didn't want to get you. Didn't want any
Want your bowl?
injuries on the set. Sure.
Right. Okay, here we go.
Let me know what you think. If this will
Looks
be
good.
Added to your dinner lineup.
Yeah. I'll tell you, my husband loves all things pumpkin, so I feel like he's already gonna be fired up.
What do you think?
Wow, I love that.
Yeah?
And I think that sometimes with pumpkin soup, I think it gets a little too sweet for me, but this has savory and and the spices are, I love this.
Yeah, so I think when I was, walking around saying, I'm going to make a pumpkin gnocchi, people were like, what? Like the face of disgust I was getting around the office. And I think it's because people think sweet. And I was like, it's not sweet at all. It's really more like an Alfredo sauce with a little hint of pumpkin showing up. It's not doing all the work.
Yeah. Leah, you brought the game. You brought the fall. You brought the pumpkin.
I did my best.
Gnocchi. Thank you so much. This is awesome.
Thank you. Yeah. Thanks
right.
for letting me take over the kitchen here.
Yeah. Jimmy Lee's gonna have to get in here soon, right, guys?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, we'll be right back.